Where do I even start? Where do I even start with this episode? Intro. What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. This one's going to be doing probably one of the craziest episodes of The Walking Dead ever. This is going to be The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 12, Walk With Us Review.
Do you know what it feels like to want something so bad? Get people killed. But you have nothing to show for it.
I do not have everything I want.
The thing you've been looking for, I found it.
Okay, guys, so this is going to be doing my weekly review for this absolutely crazy episode. This week's episode of The Walking Dead Season 10. Episode 12, Walk With Us. So, any person that hates this episode, I can't even begin to understand your perspective, honestly. I have no words after this episode. I really, I'm gonna have to find the words in this review, because, this was an absolutely incredible and a crazy, shocking episode. Here I thought, okay, so spoilers, by the way. This is gonna contain some huge spoilers. But, here I thought, I was like, okay, this is probably going to be the episode where Alpha is killed. And, spoiler warning, it is. This is her last episode. What I didn't expect was more death than that. We had 3 character deaths in this episode, as well as a bunch of randoms as well from Hilltop. But I'm just sitting here and I'm like, how? How on earth is this episode not one of the best episodes they've ever done? They did so much in just one episode. And to have it be not even a mid-season premiere or a season finale or a season premiere or a mid-season finale, they killed it for an episode 12. This could have been a season finale and I would have been like, perfect episode, perfect finale, and I mean, honestly, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is lately with Walking Dead with their episode 12s of every season, Season 8, The Key, that was the only standout episode of Season 8, to me at least. And this episode, again, probably the best episode of Season 10. And probably the best episode we've gotten in a couple years of Walking Dead, guys. I am so, and I'm not, exaggerating at all, but it is time to give our score. This was a very great episode of The Walking Dead. That's right. So, anybody that, kind of tells me that, hey, this episode was slow, there were some things I didn't like about it, I get that, I totally get that, but, I can't understand anybody that says that this episode wasn't entertaining, that this episode wasn't exciting, brutal, whatever. This was a very exciting episode of The Walking Dead for me. And definitely the best episode of Season 10 so far, definitely, without a doubt. So let's try to talk about the episode as much as we can. Try to stay calm, remain calm, because honestly, guys, I watched this episode last night and I was freaking out. It's just some of the stuff that was going on. But now, I've had, some time to kind of think about the episode, and, now it's time to review it. So let's talk about it. Let's go through the episode from the beginning to end, and we'll give our thoughts. So we begin this episode with basically the fire at Hilltop. We get to see our characters struggling to survive, basically trying to kind of stay together and try to save the Hilltop as much as they can. We get to see the fire, of course, with Barrington House. And we basically see that Hilltop is done. That's the end of story. And no matter what, they're not going to be able to save it, And we have a lot of the characters scattering, trying to get the kids out, all this stuff. And we have a very, very surprising return of Magna in this episode as well, which I have to admit I was very, very happy to see. Beforehand I would have been like, I don't care about Magna, but the thing is about this introduction is the way they did it. The way they brought Magna into this episode is freaking genius, the way they did it, because she's just blended in with the zombies as they're going into Hilltop, and you just see her and Yumiko look at each other and it's like, what? But it kind of makes you wonder, too, where's Connie? What happened? And, of course, we're going to get to that. But, Magna has returned, guys, and that means that, probably Connie is okay as well. We're probably going to get to see Connie, I'm going to assume, in a few episodes from now. So, that is that. Now, let's discuss as well the rest of the episode after the intro, because that's just the intro with the battle at Hilltop. Then we get to see Negan, of course, in the Whispers. Alpha wants Negan to not bash the heads, just get him as a guardian, pretty much, for, the walkers, and she does not have everything she wants. She did not kill everybody like she wanted to. So yeah, but basically what we get to see in this episode is that Negan seems to still be loyal to Alpha. She wants Lydia, though. She wants to kill Lydia, basically. And we get to see Negan actually find Lydia and capture her, which I found very crazy as he sees her kind of walking off, which I also thought was, insane. But everybody's scattered, basically, in this episode. You have Earl and Judith and the kids who are basically in this cabin. Earl's keeping everybody safe, and then, of course, we get one of the deaths in this episode by Earl, where we find out he was actually bit, and he basically tells Judith to take care of the kids, and he's just gonna kill himself. So, it is a very brutal, kind of just brutally sad, I guess, scene, you could say. Was it unexpected to see Earl die at this time? No, I kind of felt like it was coming. With Hilltop being destroyed, I kind of felt like, what else are they really going to do with him? So they went the bitten route and kind of had him be bit, which I thought was, handled pretty well. But the thing is that, Earl dying at this time, it's like there's so many things going on in this episode. That's just one of the things. Like, the battle at Hilltop, Lydia getting captured by Negan, Earl getting killed. It's all just like a little bit of the episode, it's just a section of the episode, this is how crazy this episode is. This is why I say this is one of the best episodes we've had in years of Walking Dead, because there's so much packed into this episode. But, basically, Judith has to put down Walker Earl in a very, very gruesome and just crazy way. And that's the death of Earl. So that's that. Okay, so that's just that section. Now, let's discuss Gamma and everything that happens with her, Alden, and Kelly. So, another splinter group in this episode that we get to see is them. Now, they're going off, and Alden doesn't want to, give the baby to Gamma, and then eventually she kind of teaches him how to calm the baby down, and she gets to hold her nephew, which I thought was a very nice scene, and I felt very happy for Gamma in that scene. But, it's like, this is what Walking Dead does to you. It's like Game of Thrones. They make you feel very, like attached to the characters. They finally make you feel, like this character's safe and this and that, and then they swerve you with it, and this was the most shocking death of this episode for me, Gamma's death, because, Alpha, I saw it coming, we kind of had a feeling. Earl saw it coming. But Gamma, guys, I thought she was going to survive for a while. I didn't think she was going to die at this time, and I just freaked out when I saw Beta come at her. So, basically, they take the baby, they have to go inside this, van, and she locks herself out and leads the walkers away. She kills the walkers, and after she's done, she feels this sense of relief, Turns around, there comes Beta. So, Beta, of course, pretty much stabs her and waits for her to turn, leaves her at a tree, and that's the death of Gamma. So, was I disappointed with her death? No, because it came out of nowhere and it was done well. So, honestly, no, I'm not upset that she died. I just think that the death kind of, I feel like her character should have gone on longer, is all I'm saying. I feel like they could have used her, especially with Michonne leaving, with Alpha dead now, with all this stuff. They could have used another, tough female character, and I think they could have turned her into that. But when Gamma dies, she rips off about a quarter of Beta's mask, and one of the Whisperers goes up to him, and he's like, "I knew you sounded familiar, but now I know," And Beta just kills that Whisper. So, yeah. So basically, we get to see Beta just kill a Whisper because the Whisper finds out who he is. So obviously, the theory of Beta being a country singer, of course, Daniel with the records and Fear of the Walking Dead season 5. That's what they're leading to. That's what this all is about. And, that's pretty much what all this is about. So, he kills the Whisperer to protect himself, pretty much, and that's that, So, basically, what we get to see now is that, now that Gamma's dead, first of all, she turns, and then we get to see Alden kill her as a walker, which, okay, Let me just focus on this for a second. Gamma being killed in this episode already was enough for me, but getting to see the mask with Beta and stuff and part of that coming off, it just helps with our theory that he was a country singer. So not only that, but Gamma also helped us when it comes to Beta and, the mask and everything like that in her death. So, Earl, sad death, and, Gamma, shocking and crazy death. Mary, I guess you could call her. So here I thought Thora Birch was going to be on the show for a little while, and then here they do this. So, I don't know. In a way, and let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Didn't you guys feel like this episode, was I the only one watching this episode through around the time of near the end of the episode? I was watching, I'm like, this feels like a finale for the Whispers. Yeah, Beta's still around and all this kind of stuff, and we're going to see what happens later on this season with him, but I just feel like this episode, because you have Gamma as well as Alpha dying, it just feels like the Whisper storyline. It almost feels like a grand finale of the Whisper's storyline in this episode. This feels like the Too Far Gone of the prison, episode, where everything's just destroyed, everything's just done pretty much, and Beta and a few others, yeah, sure, they're going to be around, but, that's that. So, and, of course, we're going to get to the Alpha death in a minute, because that was the craziest moment of the entire episode. But yeah, so basically Judith has to kill Walker Earl, Daryl and the others find them, they find the kids and all this kind of stuff, Nabila finds her kids, Jerry as well and all that kind of stuff, and they're all together and all that kind of stuff, so that's cool. Now we also get to see Carol, Eugene, Magna, and Yumiko. They're off in a splinter group, and actually Yumiko actually does what a lot of people maybe wanted to do with Carol over the last couple weeks of what she's been doing over the show, and Yumiko punches Carol, which, a lot of people love Carol and don't really like Yumiko. I'm sitting here Yumiko, honestly, yeah, Carol has done some stupid decisions. I'd say she deserved at least a little bit of a hit. Honestly, for all this stuff Carol's been doing, she deserved at least that, to be honest. Carol really put people at risk. She really, did some bad stuff to the group, and I think one little punch, honestly, was probably, it's enough, I don't want anything to happen to Carol. I'm just saying, Yumiko punching Carol, I don't blame her, honestly. That's her girlfriend, and because of, what Carol did, Magna and Connie were stuck down there, and Connie still is potentially stuck down there still. So, it's just, I don't know. I agree with what Carol did there, to be honest. So, yeah, that's just my opinion. So, or what Yumiko did with punching Carol. So, yeah. But Carol basically still feels like a bit of an outsider to the group right now. Eugene talks to her about Stephanie, and she's like, go get her, that type of deal. And I like the scene between Carol and Eugene. I thought it was pretty cool. We've never really seen the two of them talk, so I thought that was well done as well. And, yeah. Now, I do want to talk about, before we get to the big moment of the episode, I want to talk about Negan trying to get zombies to follow him at the beginning of the episode. He's just walking around, and then you just have, all these or all these walkers that are walking around, and the walker goes the opposite way that Negan's trying to lead the walker to and stuff. It's Negan's just nah, screw it, and just takes the bat to the walker. So, Negan captures Lydia. So, here's the last part of the episode, right? So, he captures Lydia. She's in a barn, she breaks out. It's not the barn. It is not the barn that Alpha is walking to, and of course we get that answer later on. But I love the conversation between Negan and Alpha. I thought that was really well done about Lucille and about basically how he lost her cancer and stuff like that. So I love how they're not doing the Here's Negan backstory episode or anything like that, but they're still telling us what happened to Negan's wife either way. And if you do want to see Negan's full backstory, there is a book called Here's Negan you can get, for that. But now it's time to talk about the end of the episode. So, oh my god, man. So, we think that Lydia is in the same barn, basically, and we get the answer at the end that she's not. She broke out, Lydia is gonna be fine, but guess who is not gonna be fine? Alpha gets her throat slit by Negan, of course, when she turns around and realizes that Lydia is not there. And I'm like, oh my god, you see that shot of Alpha, and I'm just no, they did it. They actually did it. We've been waiting for it for a while, and it was even crazier than I thought they were actually going to have it be. And he's just holding her as she goes down. I'm just oh my god, I guess this is what we were asking for, but, man, what a crazy ending for a villain, And the episode basically ends with the head rolling to Carol, and I'm gonna say, we don't get confirmation, but I'd say pretty much close to the closest amount of confirmation we're ever gonna get, to Carol was the one that let Negan out of the jail cell, and she's the one that sent Negan to kill Alpha to begin with, and she's like, at the end of the episode, I love it, she's like, took you long enough, and Negan just has that smile, you know, so, is Negan gonna be with them now? Is that what Negan's, or are they gonna throw him back in the cell? I personally want Negan to be, like, with them, like, helping them with the rest of the Whisper War. I want to see Negan fight some Whispers, man, but, you know, maybe we'll see him back in the cell, unfortunately, I don't know, but I don't feel like they're gonna do that to us again. I feel like Negan is either going to leave the group, which I don't really see happening, or he's going to stay and fight with the Whisperers, and, well, stay and fight against the Whisperers with Daryl and the others, which, I just cannot wait to see. So, this episode and the ending of the biggest villain of the entire series of Walking Dead for me. You know, I have never seen a villain that has been so awesome, so just charismatic and insanely amazing acting by Samantha Morton. And she brought so much to this show, and I can't believe we see her death in this one, and then Michonne's gonna leave next episode. It's like, we're losing crazy amount of characters, and the more important ones, you know? And I really have no other words to say aside from, like, shock, honestly. You know, we're gonna have to do a video with her, just talking about Alpha this week, because there is no way this is all I can talk about, you know, her and everything like that, just in this video, just for a few minutes. But Negan, you know, Negan was the one. Negan was the one to kill her. You could say that, you know, Carol kind of got, you know, the kill, though, as well, because she kind of sent him in there as well. So, technically, they maybe kind of, in a way, killed her together, which I thought was just crazy. So, you know, I want to hear from you guys. You know, Hilltop is destroyed. Magna and Yumiko, they broke up as well. We saw Carol getting punched. We saw the death of Earl. We saw the everybody, you know, back together at the end of the episode. Plus, we got to see the death of Gamma. We got to see the Beta mask scene with the Whisper death, and the crazy ending with the big confirmation that Carol let Negan out at the end of the episode. Like, so much in this episode. Like, how could you not say this was a great episode of Walking Dead? Like, I can't. I just can't even, like, I can't even talk anymore, honestly. This was just an amazing episode. So, write your comments in the comment section below. What did you think about this week's episode of Walking Dead? This is not just an ordinary episode of Walking Dead, guys. This is a special episode of The Walking Dead. There's no other way to say it. This was a very special episode for the series. So, what did you guys think about the episode? I want to hear from you guys. This was the best episode of Walking Dead that they've done in a long time, honestly. This has just been an incredible second half season so far, and, you know, I have a feeling we're still gonna get some good stuff coming up. So, anyway, write your comments in the comment section below. If you're new here, click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my Walking Dead videos. Follow Dan's Walking Dead reviews on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I will see you guys for... Now it's time. Now it's time for Michonne's last episode. It's like, I'm processing everything in episode 12. Boom. Episode 13, Michonne's last episode. You got a few days to prepare for it, and there you go. Like, it's like... This season is just a crazy overload of, like, awesomeness and, like, stress, honestly, just over all this stuff going on. So, my God, the season 10, guys, honestly, the first half might have been slow, but I cannot even tell you guys how incredible these episodes have been. Anybody that says this episode was terrible, I'm not going to agree with you. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to agree with you. Like, not even close. So, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll catch you guys really soon for another Walking Dead video. Catch the Michonne last episode predictions video. We're going to do that after this. But, anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys really soon for another Walking Dead video. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Anybody out there?